I thought the dolls might like it if I took some of those tortilla chips we made last week and make them into a nacho. So what do you think? Stay tuned and see how fun this project is to do. Alright, so we're going to make nachos this week. We're using some of our tortilla chips that we made last week, and I've done a little bit of prep work ahead of time. I took a piece of white clay, and this is just some original Sculpey. You can really use any scrap clay you've got. I made a little wad. I made it so it would fit the bottom of this dish. Then I took it out of the dish, I baked it, and then I glued it in with some Beacon 527 multi-use glue. This is my favorite glue for polymer clay. I just put a little bit of this. It's very thin. It just raises up the bottom of my container so I don't have to use quite as many chips. Because the chips, as you recall, I mean, they're not difficult, but they're kind of tedious to make. Then I took 3 colors of clay, a little bit of black, a little bit of a mossy, leafy green color, and a little bit of red. Mixed those colors equal parts, color with translucent, rolled them out really thin, baked them off, and chopped them up. And these will represent, like our chopped peppers, our chopped olives, our chopped tomatoes, and they're optional. Depends on what your dolls want on their particular nacho. So we're going to build a nacho. The other thing we will need is some fabric paint. This is some dimensional fabric and craft paint. This one is a Polymark brand, and it's called Yellow Orange Shiny. I find this is a good color to use for that nacho cheese sauce that is so popular. I know that there's a color in the Scribbles line, but I already have this, so when I run out I'll buy one from Scribbles. So we are going to start out by putting some glue on top of here, because although this will help to hold our stuff together, it won't hold it together completely. Always cap this glue. This glue runs out really, really a lot, and you'll waste a lot of glue if you don't. Now we are going to put a layer of chips in and kind of glue them down. And I'm going to put that one that way. I want more depth. This first layer, I want to cover that white. Where's my glue? I'm going to put a pool of glue right here too. That way I can dip chips into it if they're not sticking where I want them to. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover that little base I made. Used up all that glue. I don't put out too much at a time because it does dry pretty quickly. I've got pieces stuck to me. Now if you're using a like a container that's not plastic, that's maybe paper or metal or something like that, or glass, you could actually have made your chips and bake them right in here. At least the first couple of layers. A couple more right here. And then we are going to add some cheese sauce. Always start your stuff like this, your paints like this, off of your project in case, like I had a good bead to begin with and then it stopped. Then I got air. There we go. All right, now see how it looks like the nacho cheese sauce? I think my bottle must be almost empty. I'm hoping I have enough. Okay, put the lid on. I'm going to stand it upside down here, lean it against my stuff, and hopefully it will continue to... Now I'm going to actually put some glue. So a few more chips. I'm going to start sprinkling in some of these pieces. And you don't have to put in the little colored chunks if you don't want to. It just depends on what your dolls want. You know, do they want to have, so I don't want those, I want these. They want some peppers and olives on theirs, or do they want them more plain? I have a feeling I'm not going to make this as tall as I was hoping because I think I'm out of paint. But that's okay. Then you can also put a little bit on there. And for that I want a little bit of a toothpick because I'm going to spread this out. Drop a tomato. There. Let's get a little bit of olive in there too. There. That's a bite with a little of everything. Put a little more cheese on top. There. But you can make a couple of chips that are loaded separately. Get a little more cheese on here. Come on, squirt out. There. And I think I am going to now use a toothpick, kind of smooth this out so it doesn't look quite so much like I just poured it on, squirted it on out of a squirt bottle. More like melty goodness here. Now we are going to let this dry, and once this is dry, we will add some sour cream to it. I think I may make a couple more chips individually, and when this is all dry, which will take a few hours actually, at least a couple of hours, maybe even overnight. When it's dry, I'll come back and we'll add the sour cream. Alright, so our nacho cheese part is dry. So now I just have some Scribbles 3D paint in winter white. Again, I'm going to start it over there. I'm going to make a blob of sour cream because in our house, whenever we have a nacho, we always have a little sour cream on it. A little bit on that one. There. I'll skip it on that one. So that is how we make our nachos. Wasn't that fun and easy? I hope you enjoyed this project. If you make one of my projects, be sure and send me a picture. I want to see what you're making too. If you have any requests for projects for me to do, be sure and let me know, either here on YouTube, on my blog, or over on the Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook, the link to the Facebook page is always in the description along with the link to the blog post. I'll talk to you later. Bye.